Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thanks for joining today. Today is, I'm filming on January 22nd, 2026. And I just thought I'd do a little training update, do a little brain dump, and talk a little bit about what I've got upcoming. Since the beginning of the year, I've started doing a little program that I read about in Runner's World probably over 20 years ago. It's supposed to help you build a good base. I'm not sure physiologically how it works, but I do think it has worked for me in the past, so I'm doing it again. You basically run every day. And like my first week, I started by alternating one day running 30 minutes, the next day running 20 minutes and alternating. I actually did that for the first 10 days. And then basically every week you increase the long run by 3 minutes and the short run by 2 minutes. So last week I was doing 33 minutes and 22 minutes. And this week I've been doing 36 minutes and 24 minutes. You basically just run the way you feel. If you feel good, you run faster. If you feel tired, you run slower. I'm usually not a believer in running every day, but I have just seen this work in the past where it really builds a good base. And have been so slow the last year and a half or so with my back problems and breathing problems and all that stuff. And I'm finally breathing better. My back's doing pretty good. And I had just been doing running 3 or 4 days a week and alternating run walk. And I was doing a little better, but I wasn't progressing very quickly. So I decided to give this a try. And I started it on the first of the year. Like I said, today's January 22nd. I did miss one day. There was a day where I didn't sleep well. I went to work at the running store all day long, and then my son had car troubles that evening that we were messing with, so I didn't get in a run. I don't know, it's probably day 9 or day 10 of the program, but every other day I've been able to do it. I've also decided, since I've got some longer race goals coming up, I am modifying it just a little bit, and then I'm going to pick one day a week where I'm going to do a run walk and do a little bit longer run. Last week I picked one of my 33-minute days, and instead I did a run walk and did 6 miles. This week my plan is to do that on Saturday. It'll be what's supposed to be scheduled for a 36-minute day, but I'm going to do a run walk and do 8 miles, and I'm going to progress that up, mostly because I want to be ready to do some distance coming up, because I am signed up for the Hachi 50s marathon on March 7th. That's out in Waxahachie. It's about an hour from here. I've run the 50-mile route there a few times. This year I'm going to run the marathon. I'm really looking forward to it, but I just don't want to go into it with my longest run being 5 miles. So I'm going to up that every week, add maybe 2 miles. I'll probably be up to, 16 to 18 miles by marathon time. So that should help me. And then the base of running every other day, I think, is doing the work base building wise. Anyway, I think the last time I did one of these training talks, I talked a little bit about the Jackalope Jam 48 hour, which is the 3rd weekend in February, and that I might do that. I'm leaning toward not doing that now, but I haven't totally ruled it out. I've looked at the website a little closer, and I've got until March 14th or 15th to still sign up and not pay an higher price. And I would be starting on that Friday, I don't know if what it is, the 19th or what, 18th, 19th, whatever the day that is. So I've still got some time, and I can see how my training's going, see how I feel, see if I want to make a trip to Houston or not. And also just see what the weather's going to be like, because it can be anything this time of year. Speaking of the weather, I'm planning that 8-miler on Saturday. Well, we're going to get the huge cold weather that everybody else at most of the country's getting this weekend. So it's supposed to start with freezing rain and sleet and things on Friday. They're talking snow and really cold weather on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I will probably just do that run on the treadmill. I haven't actually run on my treadmill in quite a while, but it won't hurt me. So I have been finding it difficult to get myself on the treadmill, and that's strange for somebody who's done 100-miler on the thing before. So anyway, but I think that'll be a good day to choose to reacquaint myself. Anyway, other than that, one of the things that's been going on in the area is Dallas just joined the Burrito League. If any of y'all followed the Chipotle challenge last year that Jamil Curry did, well, they're doing it again this year in Tempe. They're calling it the Burrito League. They're bringing other cities in. Jamil is running a whole big production where he's showing a live broadcast the whole time for the whole month of January in Tempe, Arizona. Well, there was just some discussion and they decided to start it in Dallas, but they started it late. They started it on the 19th of January. And so it's just going to go for 12 days. And it's just a little 0.16 mile segment that you do over and over and over. And I've had a lot of friends thinking I would jump right on that. It is the sort of thing I would jump on and do, but I'm really wanting to stick to the training I'm doing now. I don't want to overdo it and hurt myself because I do want to be able to do my Hachi Marathon in March. I'm also considering the Grasslands race, which is later March. And then it looks like I'm going to do a race in North Carolina in April. There's a Firefly Ultra. It's a 12-mile timed race on a trail. It's a little bit over a 3-mile loop, but the pictures look gorgeous. You pass by a waterfall every loop, and it's going to be tough for a flatlander like me because I think there's over 400 feet of elevation gain every loop, but it'll be good for me. I'm planning to travel out there with my friend Darren, and we're going to meet up with a good friend of his, Whitney, and it should be a good time. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, that's really all I have as far as a training update. I am planning next weekend, right around the end of January, to do another Cooper fitness test. I did one on December 30th to show my fitness at the end of the year. It's not good. I'm hoping. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to do better this time. I'm still not, peak fitness or as fast as I was several years ago, but I am seeing it improve. My little Garmin watch, when it does predicted race performances, just keep showing it getting faster and faster. So not fast, but at one time I was down to showing I would do a 5K in like 30 minutes and a 10K in an hour 3 or something. Well, I'm now down to it showing a 5K in like 26:0 something and a 10K in, I don't remember, 56, I think. Just over 56, 55, I can't remember. Anyway, it is showing improvement, so I think my fitness is definitely improving. At the beginning of doing this, most days I was going out and doing 11 to 11 minute per mile pace. I'm now running more like between 10 and 11 pace, depending on how good I feel that day. I did have one day where I was just doing the 24-minute run. Still, my heart rate was low, but I was able to run sub 10-minute pace, which was the first time I've done that in a while. Anyway, I've gotten old and slow. Anyway, that's kind of it for my update. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in following along with my journey trying to get back in shape and do some of these races coming up, please consider subscribing.